Hello, and welcome to the Joyful Living Podcast. I'm your host, Kimberly Dixon. If you're watching us today on YouTube, make sure to like the video and hit the subscribe button. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit the little bell beside the subscribe button so that you get notified each and every week when we post a new podcast. If you are listening on your favorite podcast platform, make sure you subscribe to the station there as well, and then become a monthly supporter so that we can continue to bring you these stories each and every week. For today's episode, our sponsor is the Glam Gems Boutique, that is owned by Rovetta Edwards. My necklace, my earrings, and my bracelet today are sponsored by the boutique. I absolutely love this bracelet. It's gorgeous. But if you want to connect with the boutique, you can find them on Facebook at the Glam Collection VIP group. So make sure that you go check them out for lots of inexpensive pieces that will make you absolutely stunning. So today on the podcast, I'm going to be talking with you just a minute about separating work and home life, since so many of us are working from home now. I've been working from home for 11 years. But when I first started working from home, it wasn't an easy transition. It was difficult for me to stay focused. I wasn't as productive as I was when I was in the office, and I live alone, so I couldn't understand what the problem was. So the things that I'm going to share with you today are things that are tried and true and been tested for the past 11 years. So I know that they work, and I know that they will work for you too while we're adjusting to this season of COVID-19 where we are still working from home. Now, I know in the next few days, some states are going to be easing the stay-at-home orders, and businesses will slowly be getting back into the groove of things. But I know here in North Carolina, we are reopening the state in stages, and many of us are still going to continue to work from home for quite some time. So I want to give you these tips today so that you can be your most productive as well as be happy, because it's difficult not leaving the house most days, and then you're working from home and you're trying to balance that with family. So the first tip to creating some balance between working from home and your home life is to set a schedule. That means have a set get up time and a set cutoff time to stop working, because it's so tempting, especially if you're working from a laptop, in the evening times when you're in the living room with your family and you're supposed to be watching television, but you're answering emails on your laptop, and there is no separation of home and work because you're working from home. So an easy remedy for that is to set a schedule, set a work start time and a work end time. Unless you're someone who has an executive role or something of that nature where you're on call, then like for me, for example, my hard cutoff time is 4:30 for my full-time job. I also have a business, but that's a different subject. But I know that come 4:30, I'm done working for the day, because it can be tempting to be like, I'll just work another 30 minutes or I'll work just another hour. But while we're staying at home, a great way to separate home and work is to have a set start time and a set end time. Now, you may have to move that around a little bit and juggle it around, because those of you with children, you may also be doing school from home right now. So you may have to take a lunch early or make your start time after you have your morning lesson, whatever works for you. But the important thing is that you set a schedule, continue to be flexible with that schedule, but know what it is that you're supposed to do Monday through Friday, so that, for lack of a better word, we're not running around like a chicken with our head cut off. So make sure that you set a schedule so that you feel more ease and more relaxed, because you know what you're going to be doing when you're going to be doing it. And when you get off from work, you can cook dinner. You can relax with your family. And granted, if you're working from home, your family's not probably really leaving you alone while you're working. I know that's been the case for a lot of my friends. But just simply the act of setting a schedule will make things a little less complicated for you. The second way that you want to be more productive when you're actually working from home is actually get dressed in the mornings. I know for many of us, the idea of working at home, like, oh my God, I can keep my pajamas on all day. And believe me, I tried that when I first started working from home. And over the course of time, something was wrong. I didn't know what it was. And it was as if I wasn't ever waking up during the course of the day. So I never really got into my stride. I never really hit that groove where I was awake, I was focused, and I was getting things done. But I realized it was because I wasn't getting dressed. Now, I don't mean you got to get up and get business casual or, put on makeup if you so choose. Now, when I'm at home, I don't wear makeup ordinarily. But get up and take a shower. That shower will refresh you. It'll wake you up. And then get dressed in something other than what you slept in. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Most days I have on some type of workout gear. But the simple act of getting dressed helps me feel more awake. I'm more focused and I'm ready to work now. But even now, if I'm not feeling well and I'm going to keep my pajamas on a little while, or I get up and I drag into the office and I'm working about midday when I'm, the headache or whatever is gone and I'm feeling better. I'm like, why am I not focused? Then I realized I still got my pajamas on. Go take my pajamas off, get dressed, and start working again. The whole atmosphere changes. So make sure that each and every day when you're working from home, that you're getting dressed each day. Again, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. If you want to get dressed, or if that works best for you. I know for me personally, I don't have to be business casual, but if you have to get that kind of dress to be productive in the course of your day, then by all means do that, so that you can get some work done and you're not having to work later than you normally do because you weren't focused during the course of the day. So then the next tip is you want to have a designated space to work in, especially if you're working from your laptop. I know it's tempting, like I'm going to lay in the bed and work. One, that's bad on your posture. Horrible for your posture. And I know if you're in your 20s or 30s, you're not even concerned with that. But when you hit 49 like I am and things start hurting randomly, you want to make sure you take care of your neck while you're working from home. Because think about it, ordinarily you're sitting at a desk that in most offices is ergonomically correct. Well, when we're at home, we're not in those types of workstations, and working from your laptop and looking down, that is a tremendous strain on your neck. And matter of fact, when you hold your head down like that, your neck is like trying to support a bowling ball. I know I have a larger head, but everybody's head, whether it be a small bowling ball or a gigantic one, it's like your neck trying to support a bowling ball. So you want to make sure that you're sitting somewhere where it's not straining your neck, but also so that you can stick to your schedule more because you're in your office space. And having your office in your bedroom is an absolute no-no. I learned that from working at home as well. And I realized I wasn't sleeping as well at night, and it just didn't feel like my sacred space anymore. And I was laying on my bed one day and I looked up and I looked at that desk and I'm like, I have got to get that desk out of here, because it felt like I was never leaving work. Even if I had logged off and shut everything down, it still felt like I was in the office, because I was. My bedroom had become more of an office. There was a full-size desk in there, and because of the type of work that I do, I have a desktop with multiple monitors. So it's this huge station in my room, in my bedroom, that used to be my sanctuary, but now it's my office. So if you can, avoid putting your desk in your bedroom, avoid working on your laptop in your bedroom. Go into the kitchen or whatever designated spot that you may have, so that there is some separation between your work life and your home life. We need it during this time of quarantine. Now, sometimes if you're just working from home occasionally and you choose to work wherever you want to, that may be fine under normal circumstances. But as we all have learned in the last few weeks, we are not living in normal times anymore. So these little tips will actually help you be able to separate your home life and your work life so that one, it's more peaceful. Working from home and being home all the time creates a lot of stress and anxiety, but these simple tips will help reduce your anxiety because there will be some separation of work and home. So again, I want to thank my sponsor, the Glam Gems Boutique, and you can reach Rosetta on Facebook at the Glam Collection. Again, if you're watching on YouTube today, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and then share the video so that other people become aware of the Joyful Living Podcast. If you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, make sure to subscribe to the station there as well, and consider becoming a monthly supporter so that we can continue to bring you these episodes week after week. Again, while we're in this COVID-19 season, I'm going to be just coming on each week and just talking about various things. But as soon as this is over with and the social distancing guidelines have been laxed a little bit, then we will go back to sharing our inspirational stories. And before I go, I want to, I think I may have shared this in a previous episode, but I want to share it with you again in case you missed that one. The reason that I am not doing interviews now is because of specific instructions from God. So when I'm interviewing somebody face to face in person, there's a connection between us, and they will often tell me things that they did not tell me in the initial conversation that I always do a telephone call before we actually do the interview so that I can have great questions and I know more of their story. Well, in several instances, somebody has revealed something deeply personal on the interview in person that they did not reveal over the telephone. So I'm choosing not to do those because those little elements, those little tidbits is where people will get their healing from. And in order for people to get their healing, people need to be authentic and genuine. And that comes across better when we are face to face. We are able to connect heart to heart. And there's a level of trust. So people are more willing to tell the complete story. So guys, again, thank you for watching the Joyful Living Podcast. I'm your host, Kimberly Dixon. Until next time, bye-bye.